In the year 2017 AD, machines rule the world. The evil overlord Pharaoh of rich man, poor man fame, William Smith, ruler of the Wheelzone, sends Saint Offender Joe Estevez of Murder in Law and Lockdown to abduct the beautiful enchantress Sparrow, Queen of Light, upsetting the world's fragile balance. The Master of Light dispatches the Rollerblade 7 to rescue the beauty from the beastly ruler, and a chain of events is set into motion which leads into civil war. Facing a gauntlet of perils, the Rollerblade champions fight the Black Knight, Frank Stallone of Hudson Hawk and Barfly fame in his evil parallel reality. But when hope gives way to despair, they find unexpected allies in Terror, Karen Black of Airport 77 and Easy Rider, and Desert Marauder, Dawn Shroud of Amityville Horror and the Choir Boys. Shot with stunning visual style, The Rollerblade 7 is a journey into futuristic fantasy.
Welcome to Rough Cuts.
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Hey, they're the dog people, aren't they?
Hi, everybody. We're back with more Scott Shaw and Donald G. Jackson. Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
Johnson.
Jackson.
Jackson? Jackson. John Jackson? Donald G. He's a G. I know that he's got a G in there.
Capital G.
A capital
Yeah.
G.
Yeah. It's true.
Wow.
These are always such thinking movies, you know? Like, you come out of a Scott Shaw, Donald G. Jackson movie, and you're like, wow, I cannot wait to discuss this at length with all of my friends that have also seen these films, so that we can just be aristocratic in our film experience as we're sipping on wine and smoking a cigar. Hop, 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 hop.
Yeah. This is why I go to film festivals. We're having one in my town soon, and I need to go.
Like,
and see
they
it
hand
just
out
in case they do something like this.
They hand out monocles at every Scott Shaw production, so you can really just get into the.
I mean, how else am I supposed to zoom in on that good VHS ass?
I'm sorry, that what? You know, God damn it.
Don Stroud's ass, as it turns out.
It's mostly his ass.
It's mostly his, until it's very much not
until
just
it's not.
his ass.
Yeah.
I do like it. I think that it was really funny that they mentioned, like, Karen Black. It was, they put Airport 75 as the one that she was known for, right?
77, I think.
It should be an Airport
one of
1975, yeah. That's the movie, but like
they might have typoed it on the back.
Maybe.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But like, what's funny about that is that she got an Academy Award nomination and a Golden Globe win for 5 Easy Pieces. So like,
yeah, but that's not a film. That's not a film. That's a movie.
Airport 1975, some disaster.
Yeah, you know,
flick.
When you put it on the back, you need to tell the people the films they're in, the auteur. Not the fucking Academy Award-winning bullshit.
Like,
right?
Why mention that she won a Golden Globe for Great Gatsby or anything? Like, why, just put in
trash.
The trash. Put in the garbage.
No,
give her the disaster films they made Airplane after.
You're watching Rollerblade 7. You're not watching, like, do the Academy Awards, have they seen the Rollerblade 7? No,
definitely not. Absolutely,
because
nobody in the Academy Awards
cowards
cares about actual art. They don't care about real art.
They shut down an entire part of the city for an award where, like, people's car gets towed for miles away from the goddamn venue, and none of them are because of the Rollerblade 7.
Yeah, no, they're going ahead and giving her awards for 5 Easy Pieces, some fucking movie about, like,
some bullshit.
Like, what is it, like, piano and shit, like some garbage like that. And like, why would they care about that? They need to care about real art, where people go to the Wheelzone and do mushrooms with a woman named Tarot so that she can give them psychic or not visions.
Or not.
Or not.
Yeah,
She's psychic or not.
Could be either. Really. Yeah. So technically we watched the Rollerblade 7, but in an edited fashion.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out exactly how this all works for this, because there's been like 12 re-releases of this that are all different names.
Because, yeah, there's Rollerblade 7, there's Legend of the Rollerblade 7, Return of the Rollerblade 7, Re-Return of the Rollerblade 7.
Return of the Rollerblade 7 is the only one, as far as I know, that's an actual sequel.
Yeah, looking at it, though, I think it's the same movie that's just edited differently and then called a sequel.
Okay. Maybe.
Because I was looking at it and I'm like, it listed in the same IMDb as the original, so I'm like,
yeah,
it's the same movie.
I mean,
then.
the IMDb stuff is kind of impossible to sort out for something as wild as this.
And then this is a 2012 re-edit of the movie called Hawk Warrior of the Wheelzone, or is it Hawk Warrior of the Wheelzone? I don't know, because there's not a comma. So...
I mean, the way that the poster is, it is Hawk in big letters, and then smaller letters is Warrior of the Wheelzone. So I'm guessing...
Warrior of the Wheelzone. So maybe that's a subtitle?
I think that's the subtitle. I think. It's hard to tell because they also have... So the poster of this, I guess I'll just put that up as the image.
The poster's great.
I'll just do the image. But it is a kabuki clown...
not named Kabuki, somehow.
Well, they are, depending on which credits you look at. Which credits of which movie.
It's the zen of credits at the end of your movie.
Yes.
You know, you don't need to list everyone.
I like to... So, the woman in the top right of the poster of this, like that outfit that she's wearing where she's in like a G-string bikini...
Let me scroll back up to that. I need to look at this again. Yes, that.
But that outfit does not appear in this film at all. That doesn't mean that there isn't a lot of G-string bikinis in this movie, but that one does not appear.
What I found out with that, because I did look through the original cut of the Rollerblade 7, she is in the Rollerblade 7 in that exact scene where she has the katana on her side. And all she does is die.
Sure.
She enters the scene, fights Hawk, and dies immediately. So it's the end of that scene. I'm pretty sure, from what I skimmed through. Because she never shows up again. So it's like, okay, so I think that's why it was cut from this version. Because Scott is like, well, we don't need that scene. Why did I put that there? Why did we put that there at all?
They met somewhere?
They're fighting now. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
It looks cool as shit. Why do you care? Shut the fuck up.
That's fair. True. Yep. Okay. There's a lot of questions that I have. I mean, so you always make fun of me for not making any notes, but that's because normally I can remember movies.
Yes.
I know most of the plot points. It's fine. I don't really need them that badly. This one I have a page and a half of notes because I am trying to keep straight in my mind what the fuck is happening.
It's like when you...
And honestly, none of it makes any sense anyway.
No, it's like when you dump a puzzle out on the table and you're looking for the corner pieces, but then one fell on the floor, but you keep looking for the corner piece. That's your notes.
This is more of... If you're doing that analogy, I feel like this is more of you got that puzzle from the library and somebody accidentally like mixed up two different puzzles and you're trying to figure out which ones fit together and whether or not like it's actually the right ones or not. And you're like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is a Lego piece. This isn't even a
piece
puzzle.
Has to go there. You just like force it into the puzzle and then you find the real piece later. Like, wait, what? Oh, fuck, that's the wrong one. Yeah. There's something about it. Like, so this was supposed to be a 2012 re-edit. It's funny because Scott uploaded this to his YouTube just with Hawk Warrior of the Wheelzone 2012. Nothing else. No mention to Rollerblade 7.
No.
So it's like, but that's when he re-edited this film. And it was supposedly re-edited way earlier because him and Donald G. Jackson were working on this to basically bring to festivals and be like, we're trying to raise money for another Rollerblade 7 movie.
Yeah,
So they edited the first two together.
Yeah.
Rather than a fake sequel, which is an edited version of the first anyway. So it's like, they were trying to shoot a new movie, and then it just sat around for, I guess, 9 years or whatever. And then,
for those that don't know, Donald G. Jackson died in 2003. Yeah. So he's been gone for a while.
So how could this have been edited in 2012 for them
by
to make
Donald
a movie?
G. Jackson? Yes.
So it's like, I don't know if Scott Shaw is is he an unreliable narrator in his own movie making?
In his own life? Yeah.
It might be, right?
Think
I think that adds to the mystery of the character of Scott Shaw.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's... the tangle of what this is re-editing, why it's re-edited, if it's a new movie, if there's any new dialogue, or we think that maybe some of the dialogue was cut out of the originals and just replaced with music in this one.
I'd have to directly watch the original, because in this one, there's scenes where people are talking, but it's just background music. But was it that way in the original?
Yeah, and honestly, and people would be like, well, obviously, why can't you tell? Because you have no idea how fucking nonsense this movie is. There is no possible universe in which us talking to you about this movie can possibly get through what a nightmare of filmmaking it is. Because it is.
And the other thing, so there's the two Rollerblade 7 movies that were edited together into Hawk Warrior: The Wheelzone.
Yes.
Which are basically the same movie re-edited twice anyways, so it's it might as well just be the same movie. This is the third movie in the Rollerblade series by Donald G. Jackson, which is also confusing. So
because he had done Rollerblade.
And then Rollerblade Warriors, which are also both Bikini Babe nuns in rollerblades with katanas.
Yes, yep. As you do.
In a desert, fucking wasteland. So this is the third movie in that series, which also has its own second movie that's the same movie that has been re-edited. So it's what's the fucking... This is worse than the Zelda timeline.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, well, and also, none of them share any plot connections, I'm sure, at all. I cannot imagine that they have any plot at all.
I doubt there's any plot.
And there's definitely not
visual style.
Yeah, there's style stuff, but, it's like the Cornetto trilogy from, oh god, what's his name? Edgar Wright. It's like that, it's a thematic thing, not an actual, they're not real sequels to each other, because Rollerblade 7 is actually the start of Zen filmmaking, which we mentioned before in our talk about Guns of El Chupacabra. For those that don't know what Zen filmmaking is, it is the practice that Donald G. Jackson started when he brought on Scott Shaw as the writer, which I use in the loosest term possible, because Zen filmmaking is specifically that there is no writer.
But also, Scott Shaw wrote 2 books about Zen filmmaking, which contain most of the dialogue of the Rollerblade 7 within them, which means he wrote the dialogue and then just released it as a book about how to not write dialogue.
Yeah, because their whole point is that you should not write a script. There should be no script, you should just vibes filmmake it.
It's you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's respectable. I mean, not in the filmmaking way. Not in, the making a film way, but...
There's, nothing respectable about this. A joke that we had throughout this whole movie for a long time is we were talking, because... So in Guns of El Chupacabra, if you go back and listen to that, our time to tit was about 10 seconds.
It was immediate.
Full breasts was first 5-6 seconds or something of the movie was just titties out, just instantly. And this one we were he is practicing so much restraint. And then it became, for the last 30 minutes of the movie, well, he's whipping bare-ass nuns in prison.
As they're sexually dancing.
and having sex fights with Scott Shaw Hawk before getting executed by Sister Stella, Sister Speed, Sister
like
Stella Speed.
The roving sex warriors.
Yeah, when it starts doing that, we were just like, this movie has so much restraint. Just over and over.
It's because we're such idiots. How do we think? You know what? They're really tasteful with their nudity now. It's just, just bras. They were, you know, some lingerie, but at least it's not like full blown. Oh.
Well, but also, I will still go to bat that it is tasteful in comparison to other exploitation movies.
It is.
Like, it's weird because it's very much like, it's such a hard line to differentiate, right? But it doesn't feel like we've watched a lot of children's movies that have a weird foot stuff in them.
Where it's very obvious that's in there for a fetish reason.
Yes. And those feel way slimier and sleazier than this does, that has basically full-on nudity nuns getting whipped by people in jail cells across their ass.
I think the
because
I think
this
I
is
think
so
the difference here, though,
blatant about it, and like,
yeah,
it's doing it. It feels like it's not like everybody involved in it was on board or something, and the other ones, it really feels like it's like voyeuristic and slimy in this way that it's like trying to insert it and like
the director. Oh yeah, now take off your top.
Yeah. Whereas this is like
in this like, oh, I should take off my top. That'd be great for the scene, right?
Yes, exactly. Like there's some kind of feel like that behind it, where it feels like all of the people involved in this were like, well, obviously we have to take our top off here. Like, it's gotta be weird. We're like, what are we doing? We're doing mushrooms in the desert
it
around a bunch of tombstones, like grabbing the tits on the
art,
tombstones. Yeah,
I would say, or like people, you know, like paint their body and they're like, oh, look, it's a political statement. You're like, it's like that. They're doing this as a performance, is why they're doing that,
and it feels more.
Yeah.
It feels more consensual.
It does.
In a way,
rather
which
than like the creepy like 50-year-old director telling the 18-year-old to take off and jump in the shower or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, or like, oh, I need to really zoom in on your feet for this and stuff. Like, it's there's something about it that it's so blatant and like naked about what it's doing.
Literally.
Yes. That it's It doesn't feel as creepy. It also helps that, as my note says at 16 minutes, it's equal opportunity ass. Because it starts out right away with having Dawn Stroud in the desert in a top hat and blazer, like a tuxedo jacket, and knee pads and rollerblades, and nothing else.
Yeah. I feel like
Dawn Stroud being like 60 in this, by the way.
In a lot of the other media like this, though, the nudity ends up being like a machismo, like, man thing. Like, I'm such a strong, cool man, I have all these naked women near me.
Yeah.
In this, like, Scott Shaw is the least manly man I've ever seen with a katana running around in a fucking leather Matrix jacket.
He is
right. He's not doing this because he's like the sexy strong man. He's just doing this because he thinks swinging a katana around is cool.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell on that front because he very much looks exactly like the meme of the like I studied the blade. Like he is 100% that. Like
he looks like Mega 64 walking to a Best Buy and hacking all the computers.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's wearing a trench coat and sunglasses with long blonde hair, and
and he's cool as shit. I know, but but he's not doing it for like a Snake Plissken way or something, you know,
I don't know if he is or not. It's so hard to tell. Like, that's the thing with these. there is a certain
Yeah.
amount of how much of this is intentional. Because boy, it is.
I mean, some of the comedy is absolutely intentional. Like the banjo mummy, that's intentional. They wrote that in. My Xbox.
They didn't
just
write
opened up.
anything
What
in. That's the
fuck?
whole thing, is that they're not writing anything in.
Yeah.
Leaving the Xbox. Fuck it.
My
I'm
fucking
editing this
Xbox.
one. Just knocking your Xbox and popping out discs.
Why did that happen?
I
That was the ghost of Donald G. Jackson.
putting in just some random shit. Like, I mean, they have just a very bad Elvis impersonator shows up and asks, like, naked Don Stroud where Buddy Holly went. And then
For some reason.
then he never shows up in the movie again. Like, it's just things like that constantly.
So there's Hawk is gonna find... Well, Hawk is one of them, I guess, because there's the nun at the beginning.
He's one
Saint
of the
Sparrow.
Rollerblade 7, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the Rollerblade 7, of which there are 3, we should point out.
It's great, too, because Hawk doesn't rollerblade.
And also he doesn't rollerblade. And
Yes.
neither does the pacifist, and neither
No,
does the
she
clown.
does. The
Well, they
pacifist
do
is Stella Speed. She always
Stella
rollerblades.
Speed,
She's
yeah.
Sister Stella Speed. She's the. I think that
Does
she's the pacifist.
I think the clown rollerblades sometimes.
Oh, she rollerblades all the time. She shows up. The Kabuki
Yeah.
clown shows up rollerblading immediately,
The Kabuki clown who is both Kabuki and not Kabuki, depending on credits.
depending on
But-
credits.
And
But
her
she
wiffle
is
bat
Kabuki. Like
and
she.
her international flag jacket.
Yes. Also, she's Kabuki in, like, maybe not in name, but in style. She's Kabuki.
She's absolutely Kabuki clown style.
Yes.
We're not arguing the style of the Kabuki clown.
We're
with her
arguing whether or not
wiffle
her name
bats.
is Kabuki. Yes, fair enough. Yeah, with her dual wielded wiffle bats that she does. Yes.
As we all know.
As we all know, that's obviously Kabuki.
So
Like-
Saint Sparrow, who has this fucking triangular hood,
Yes, yes. Saint
is being
Sister
warned.
Sparrow. Yep.
She's being warned by the good
Master
the
of Light.
righteous- the Master of Light. That's his
Yes.
name.
Yeah.
That she's going to meet her end, and there will be a samurai, a pacifist, and a clown in her future.
Yeah, a holy trio.
And you can tell that she knows
Trinity.
her lines because Donald G. Jackson is speaking them, and then she's repeating them
Yes.
in the same scene because she forgot her line, or she didn't know her line. So the director just read the line,
Yeah, he's just reading them to her off screen. Yes.
and you can
You
they
can
didn't edit
kind of
that.
hear it a little bit in the background.
You
I had
could
a
hear
hard
it
time
a
hearing it, but
little bit.
you were hearing it, yeah. And I believe you
And-
because, boy,
And they call the samurai, the pacifist, and the clown the Holy Trinity.
yes,
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. They
Something
call
like
it
that?
a holy trio. Yes,
The Holy
I
Trio.
think they're a holy trinity.
And also, there was supposed to be a plane crash in the Wheelzone, and that never
A
happened.
plane crash in the wheel
in the
zone?
Wheelzone? I don't think so.
A plane
Holy
crash
trio.
in the wheel zone? Oh boy, that'll be the day.
That never happens. They talk about it, but it never happens.
No, okay, but it literally never happens. Where's the fucking plane crash in the Wheelzone? Did they run out of
But then the Master of Light gets Hawk to go after Sister Sparrow
Sparrow,
rescue
because there's going to
her.
be demons and angels in the Wheelzone. And
Yes.
sometimes they're the same.
to rescue her from the Wheel Zone, and he does offer him a reward of a bride, and that
True.
does happen. So, they can foreshadow.
That does technically happen. That's true.
That does literally happen at the end.
Yeah. I don't know why that happened at the end.
Oh,
It looks cool
okay.
as shit. Why do you care? Shut the fuck up.
I do like that I have a note right after that of me going, wait, is that Joe Estevez? And then we have the first of many intros of every major star, and I'm using quotations around that. There are some actual stars like Karen Black, who, like, why the fuck is she in this? Because she's cool as hell. But answering my own question.
Because she got free mushrooms for being on set.
Yes. They absolutely had real mushrooms and just did them.
I think they literally just did mushrooms
Oh, yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah, absolutely. But Yeah, I went, is that Joe Estevez? And they did the first of what they do for every intro for anybody that's a name, where they have Joe Estevez standing there, and then they cut to a title card that is black, and then huge white block letters of Joe Estevez. And I went,
Yep.
oh, okay, yep, that was Joe Estevez.
No,
yeah,
that's
yeah, that
Joe
was him.
Estevez. Huh.
Huh,
Okay.
okay, fair enough. I
Joe
was hit by
Estevez-
the blessing of Apollo this time.
You were. I mean, I was hit by it. Both of us were hit by the such restraint.
Yes,
like,
oh
comment,
god,
too.
yeah, definitely.
But okay, so Joe Estevez is introduced as the what? The
he's
something?
Saint Offender. And
Offender.
Offender is like Irish.
Because he's Irish.
Apostrophe Fender. Yes.
And he's introduced by just standing
The
around
very
doing-
Irish name of Estevez.
doing ninja moves, and then he disappears and never reappears in the film again after being introduced.
No, he shows up.
Does he?
Remember, he's in the desert beckoning Hawk to the campfire to have a fight, but then he doesn't show up. Instead, the sexy woman that's naked jumps on him and does like the sex fight.
Right, the sex fight. So he's supposed to. This is part of the Hawk Warrior,
re-edit.
the Wheelzone re-edit.
Yes.
He's supposed to show up at the end with
Mhm.
another sexy lady in a car as they're driving off into the sunset, and then he shoots and kills Hawk.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
For the
the
Rollerblade 7 for the original, yes, yeah.
And the movie's supposed to end on a downer of him dying at the end. And then this version of it cut that part out, which means Joe Estevez has no fucking reason to be in the film.
Okay, but if you go down that logic, nobody has any reason to be in this film because none of it makes sense.
Well, Scott Shaw has a reason. It's Zen, you know?
He's doing a lot. I mean, he has the reason of it looks really, really cool to do roundhouse kicks to people's faces.
It does look cool.
When you're on the beach with the sun silhouetting you, especially when you can like do that same shot like 30 or 40 times in a row in the same scene.
Yeah, do you need to make a new shot? Oh, no.
That one shot was really good. Just do the same one.
Just
do it
put
again.
it back in.
Do it again and again and do it again.
So he rides his motorcycle to the Wheelzone,
Yes.
where wheels are used.
And then he has to get off of his motorcycle because you can't use wheels in the wheel zone.
You can't use wheels in the Wheelzone. Are you out of your fucking gourd?
You idiot.
So then his motorcycle, like, teleports?
It disappears. It just straight up fucking disappears. They just hard cut to it being gone. Like, he, like, taps a sign, and then the motorcycle disappears in a hard cut.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. I don't know what was up with that. So anyways, then the roller ninjas appear in the Wheelzone, and they're attacking Kabuki Clown. I guess? Or something?
She's also, like, attacking with them at various times. Like, it seems like Kabuki Clown is one of the bad guys until suddenly he shows up and they, like, have a mime fight.
They have a mime knife juggling fight.
Yeah,
where they
and then
just-
she goes,
Oh, no,
wait,
this is on the
actually, I
beach."
like you?
Yeah, there is that scene. Because then she just joins him randomly.
Yeah.
And then there's also the scene on the beach where he's trying to get the nun back, I think?
Yes. Yeah, where he's trying to get
and
back
he's-
Sister
he's just-
Sparrow.
He's like juggling the knife over and over again.
That's where they have the sunset on the beach, and he's like
Yeah.
flipping the knife over and over, and they keep on like doing.
They
There's
just-
like 5 shots that they just constantly reuse because, and this is the funny thing.
Mhm.
This is one of the things that differentiates a Donald G. Jackson
Mhm.
and Scott Shaw from a lot of other like exploitation type directors,
non-artisanal filmmakers.
Yes,
yeah.
non-artisanal filmmakers. It's an actually good shot.
It looks good.
It looks great. Not even just like it's fantastic. It's really good. He like walks in exactly where the sun silhouettes him and does like a cool stance, and then they use it 12 times
Because it looks so good.
it looks so good.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, you gotta reuse it. You can't, like, it looks good.
It's
Yeah. But so after him and this guy juggle knives
amazing.
back and forth, where it cuts back and forth like 4 minutes of them just not fighting but juggling.
Yeah.
Then he throws the knife and the nun catches it in her mouth and then stabs a guy with the knife in her mouth in the neck.
Yes.
But he's not able to save Sister Sparrow because the Minotaur samurai shows up.
Correct. Yeah, the Minotaur Knight samurai. Yeah.
Who knocks Hawk out and then just leaves.
Is this the Black Knight?
No, because the Black Knight is different. The Black Knight is a different character because they introduced the Minotaur with the actor's name, even though they never show the actor's face of the Minotaur.
Oh, they do. They do an actor's name for the Minotaur, don't they?
So I think he's a stunt actor, is I think what it is.
Maybe. I don't remember who that was.
No, I don't remember. And it also wasn't in the credits. So.
No, it's not. That one's not in the credits anywhere. Because I did some research also on this one. The Black Knight, by the way, is Frank Stallone, Sylvester Stallone's brother, and Grammy nominee and winner.
Because Frank Stallone, the Black Knight, exists in the Black Knight Zone.
Yes, in Hell, I think. I think it's Hell.
Hell or the Mind Palace?
Yeah. With
One
like a
of
bunch
the
of severed
two.
heads. Yeah. And he
And
works
he
for the
teleports-
Pharaoh, who is the bad
He works for the
guy.
Pharaoh, yeah, but he also teleports
The
characters
ruler of-
into the Mind Zone sometimes. So I'm like, where is he?
Often
But
he's
the Pharaoh.
pulling people in that are dead. Like when they
Oh.
die, he pulls them in sometimes. Sometimes he pulls them in when they're still
Sometimes.
alive, though.
Yeah.
It's hard to know. There's a lot that's hard to know.
There's a lot of mystery in this
There's
movie.
a lot
you
of
know?
there's a
It's-
lot of mystery in
Yeah.
this movie. You said that one of the reviews that you saw of somebody looking at this movie was they watched it on Ambien, and I think that that's the way the director intended.
Maybe. Or shrooms. That would
Yeah.
make sense. So anyway, it eventually goes back to the Master of Light.
Yes.
And he exists in the film to, like, say things.
I mean, this is Donald G. Jackson, right?
It's gotta be.
I think that
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that's him based on when I saw him in Guns of El Chupacabra, because when they cut
Yeah.
to him actually directing the movie in like a meta commentary scene.
Okay, is there some meta about him being the Master of Light and showing us the way of reading some proverbs to us?
Sure. I mean, might as well.
I
You can
mean,
just make up any meaning we want for this.
Hawk also says things sometimes, like people make excuses for their actions, or the only true power is the power of vision.
Oh yeah, every once in a while they just get real philosophical out of nowhere.
And then it cuts back to a clown with some baseball bats skating
Yes.
around, and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, correct.
So, anyways, the Pharaoh is in a wheelchair, and he wears a Squid Game mask
But made out of duct tape, yeah.
made out of duct tape.
He's in a
And-
wheelchair, but there's also a very important part of his wheelchair that you're neglecting. That's
Okay, what's the
modified.
important part? Yeah, what's the modified?
Oh, well, his feet are supported by a skateboard on the front
Because
of it.
he used to skateboard.
Because he wheeled, but the thing is, so he tells
Not
his
only did he
backstory
wheel,
at one
though.
point. He goes, I need to go back outside, but I need my mask because the solar radiation made me fall off of my skateboard, and after I invented skateboarding, and that made me break my back.
'Cause he invented
and now, and now I had to protect myself from solar radiation, or my back will break again from skateboarding.
From the sun, from skateboarding. You know, I think I know why he had to invent skateboarding. Because the first two movies were rollerblade only.
Oh,
So in Rollerblade 7, they introduced skateboarding to the world of the Wheelzone. So they had to have a character invent skateboarding so they could put skateboards in the movie. And if you think about it, it's really quite smart and intelligent to, you know, introduce a new concept to such a well-established series like the Rollerblade series.
Yeah, it's good that they introduced that so late. It was a lot of restraint to show it so late in the film.
So anyway, the next scene is the Ass Ninja Squad attacking our Ass Ronin pacifist.
Yeah. Stella Speed. I think that this is Stella Speed.
It has to be Stella Speed. She's so fast in her gymnastics, like 80s workout clothing.
Yeah,
that's slightly
that,
ripped to show her boobs a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, ripped to show her boobs, and also they had to have the most wicked wedgie the entire film.
The wicked wedgie.
It puts, as I said, like, some of these costumes eventually put the string in G-string, because holy shit, it's not covering anything at all.
And then occasionally during these, like, ass ninja scenes, there's usually, I guess it's occasionally, but there's a mummy clown that we were mentioning earlier, the banjo mummy clown.
Well,
that shows up.
That was part of the holy trio. There was going to be a pacifist, a banjo samurai, and a kabuki clown.
Some of that. But the banjo shows up to play the banjo, which is also the soundtrack to the scene.
Yes.
And then later on, after Hawk fights the Minotaur samurai...
Yes.
Then it cuts to the banjo mummy showing up again, and Hawk says,
I hate banjos.
At which point, he gets absolutely rocked, the banjo samurai, and never shows up in the movie again, and it turns to a rock soundtrack.
They just changed the soundtrack, but the banjo was canon to the universe because there was literally a mummy banjo.
Yes, there was
literally the banjo.
Yeah, there was. It
wasn't just the soundtrack.
No, it's an in-universe soundtrack. Yeah.
Until
they had
wasn't.
A bard following their party doing banjo music for them as they do their sick roundhouse kick montages through the desert, beaches, and abandoned rail yards of the far future in the Wheelzone. Most of this movie, the vast majority of this film, is just them, like, doing weird skate moves in, like, conical nun costumes, like a bad, like, Roger Corman Warhammer 40K universe.
But that's not fair. Sometimes they're also tripping on the skates.
Oh, yeah.
They try to do cool things.
I didn't say that the stunts were good. I said that they were just doing them. Sometimes they are. Every once in a while, they, like, somebody can, like, actually kind of rollerblade, and you're like, whoa, that person's, like, doing a thing. But most of the time, no. Most of the time, they have no fucking clue what they're doing. Like, I'm pretty sure that Scott himself had no fucking clue how to rollerblade.
He could not use
rollerblades. They had him, like,
that's why they gave him
himself.
rollerblades. He fell down, and then they teleported the rollerblades away. Like, all right, you don't get to wheel in the wheel.
Yeah, you don't.
Sorry, man.
Wheelzone's for wheelers only. Sorry.
Not like Return to Oz wheelers. We're talking about cool wheelers.
Yes. But anyway, at some point, he goes through some pacifist swords training with Sister Stella Speed.
Where they're both like, okay, now don't hit each other. Now don't hit the blade.
Hit each other.
No clashing, now twirl, now spin.
I'm pretty sure she's the pacifist.
She has to be, because she never fights anything.
Oh, and we neglected to mention that also after like 30 minutes, we get a cut back to the beach scene of the nun getting carried away by those guys again, and they just kill her.
Yeah, to be fair, the movie also forgot about the nun.
The whole point of that just kind of goes away, and he just keeps going through the Wheelzone anyway. So for whatever reason, that happens. And then he gets captured. I think. It just kind of shows him beside the Pharaoh with... it's 2 minutes after pacifist sword training in my notes.
Sort of.
Oh, no. Never mind. You're right. It's 10 minutes later.
It's quite a bit later, because there's the Clown Kabuki leaves, and then Clown Kabuki shows back.
Yes.
And when Clown Kabuki shows back up, everybody in the Rollerblade 7, of which there are 3, do the Clown Kabuki dance.
Yes, yeah, and she smiles
to welcome
and
back the clown.
Yes, yeah, I forgot about the Clown Kabuki dance.
And then 10 seconds later, the Clown Kabuki gets fucking killed.
Yes. Yeah, then she gets murdered, and then it has them just, like, beside the Pharaoh.
For some reason, everybody gets caught after that. Yeah.
in his like underground American flag bunker, where he tells them they're on trial before the United States.
Yes.
And I think that he was supposed to say the United States of America, but he couldn't do it, so he goes, "Oh, you're on trial for the United States."
I mean, it's not America,
and
though.
the solar
It's
radiation.
It's the United States of the Wheelzone,
Yes, that's true.
of which he created because he made skateboards.
Because he made he made wheels, yeah.
He made wheels. Yeah, he's the inventor.
He
Of the
does
wheel.
say that he invented wheel
He did invent
at
wheel.
one point, too. So
Yeah.
he's invented a lot of things.
Which then, of course, cuts into the very tasteful snake torture scene with the whipping and the ass. And,
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Auteur type of scene for...
Yeah, and we didn't mention, that there's the snake torturer who we think might be the same person as the snake rollerblade samurai earlier, because there's somebody who, like,
Maybe?
punches with a fistful of snake, and they were, like, fighting with snake on hand. Like, they had, like, the snake to hand style. They show up for a minute,
Yeah.
but they were in a very different costume, so I don't know if that was just that, well, we have a snake, so we're just gonna use it again, but it's there.
And then at some point, our pacifist Barbarella ends up in a wedding dress, and then Pharaoh's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to whip you all sexually. I didn't know that was gonna happen. We should get married now." And then Hawk shows up, because he also got caught, and they're like, "Hawk, get in the prison cell with the pacifist lady,
Mhm.
and then we're gonna kill you with our Minotaur."
Dun dun dun. And then you get a strobe light scene that actually looks really cool.
It does look cool for a strobe light scene. Like, the lighting's good, the shots are interesting.
It's kind of like it's kind of cool in a way, but then at the end of it, it's because it's just kind of shots like stills back and forth of like
Mm-hmm.
Hawk and Stella Speed and the Minotaur Knight and like
And then
all
it goes
these
back
weird
and forth
torturers and, stuff, and
forth.
it's like going back and forth in this weird like dream sequence, and then it just shows that all of them are dead in a big pile of limbs in the corner. Well, Stella Speed and Hawk are like kissing in front of it in their jail cell because
They did a King Crimson on them.
yes, yeah. They deleted all of the time.
They deleted time.
Yeah.
Which is why it cuts back to Donald G. Jackson afterwards saying time has no definition.
Time. It holds no definition. Time. All of life, all the words, in all languages is governed by it. But what is it? The thinking mind has been programmed into believing that it is an object, that it does, in fact, exist. Time cannot be stopped. At best, it can only be witnessed. Since it is the human consensus that this abstract concept, time, exists, one must therefore put it into perspective, learn to control it, as opposed to being controlled by time.
Yeah, it hard cuts to him reading passages. And you were like, oh, look, he's reading off the script. You can see it reflected in his glasses. And then you hear him flipping through all the pages.
And then he lifts it up into
and then
the
he
camera.
lifts it up and shows it. Which, like, to be fair, as I said, they didn't write a script. The whole point is that there's no script. So, I mean, what was he reading? But it's because he's a priest, actually. It actually makes sense in the scene after a moment, because you're like, okay, wait. Because he's actually presiding as a priest over the marriage ceremony, where she's now still in her bride outfit, but she's marrying... Oh, remember his reward was a bride. He gets a bride. Hawk and the sister Stella Speed are getting married. And he talks about how time isn't real, and... that's why you're gonna get married to time and enjoy her in time, and weird psychic shit like that, and cryptic bullshit. And then he goes, wait, before you go, now that you're husband and wife, I have to give you the sacred sword of the Master of Light Church.
I almost forgot. A gift from the Master of Light Institute, the Sacred Samurai Sword.
Thank you, Father Donalto.
It still has a lot of killing left to do. Go in peace.
Thank you, Father Zamona.
And then they ride off into the sunset, and it very quickly ends before the real ending.
Yes, before the original
they-
ending of
Scott decided the real downer ending of them all fucking dying
to Saint Offender was
bad.
was bad. That was no good. I don't know if
I-
I'd like that ending more or not. It's hard to tell.
The editing in this version is so funny because when it gets to the credits, he also edited the credits.
Yes,
Because there's hard cuts to the background music between credits
Mm-hmm.
where you can tell, like, why did he cut out a name? What what happened?
It feels like you said it. It seems I wouldn't be surprised if he did this editing like across a couple of VCRs.
It feels like a VCR where he's literally stopping a tape and starting a tape.
Yeah, and like
then recording it,
and recording it on a second VCR that way, and not doing it with like not even like old boards where you're doing cuts where you can like fade in and out. He's not using a board at all. He's just starting and stopping things, so it's just hard cuts, only hard.
You know
cuts.
what? That would absolutely explain why some scenes just have music and no dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're doing it between tapes like that, you can get tape like video and then get audio from another thing and then just record it on a new tape. And if this was shot in 91, which it was, they probably had the original master tapes, and that's why he did this with the tapes.
Yeah. That
would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Should he have done that? No.
No. Oh god, no. No, it's terrible. It's not the way you do any of this. None of this movie is how you do any of this. There's
the rules.
There's almost nothing like yeah, exactly. I think that there is something very commendable about because it says if you break literally every rule of filmmaking and writing, it's because you know the rules.
And this is no rules cinema.
Yeah, but like, do you see what I'm saying? That
is the credit, right? Yeah, well, you know the rules so you can break them. Exactly.
Yes.
No, I get that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because it's one of those things where we watch a lot of ones where it's like they break one or two rules and it just destroys the film. This just breaks every rule, and so it's brilliant nonsense.
It's a real thinker's movie, like a, you know, really philosophical. It's interesting. You sit there and you're like, what was that?
Is time really time?
You know, I was eating that. Did they put time in the recipe? I can taste a little bit. What's that thing I taste? And
you must
just sitting there like
something to yourself.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, God, it's not every day you get real smart man thinking movies.
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
There's not a lot of movies where you can sit and ponder with your chin in your hand in the cinema as a rollerblade torture man with a snake in his one hand and a whip in the other whips a mostly naked rollerblade nun with a conical like cross helmet. You know?
No, I get it. This is high
as they
society
talk about time
of filmmaking. No, it makes sense to me. Anyway, there were dogs.
There were dogs. Yeah.
I don't think we mentioned them. There were two puppies at the Mushroom Tarot psychic, not psychic house.
Yeah, we didn't mention right at the beginning when he goes into the Wheelzone, he immediately goes to the psychic or not, which is a character named Tarot, played by Karen Black, Academy Award nominee, 3-time Golden Globe winner.
For this movie, I assume.
Karen Black, yeah, obviously. The Academy would love this.
They love this.
As she gives him mushrooms in the desert, and they like sexually grope statues until they sexually grope each other,
which does not lead to anything sexual.
No, not at all. I like that. I felt that it was really funny that they have that in a way because Scott Shaw is supposed to be this super manly man kind of thing, right? Like in this film, like he's kind of your Mad Max Road Warrior character or whatever. And it's him with like 65-year-old Karen Black, like being all sexy with her, which is like, that's great. And then and then it changes where it's not Scott and he's in a cuck chair and it's Donald G. Jackson is the
he's
Master
gotta
of
be
Light
in
with
the cuck chair,
Karen,
the Master of Light. Yeah.
and then there's a bunch of puppies that are all around them as they're doing these mushrooms.
there are a lot of puppies as they're doing mushrooms. Yeah.
So, yeah, let's rate the puppies in the mushroom sex orgy statue graveyard tarot scene.
I would rate them as puppies or not. Because I'm not sure if they are real puppies or if they're just imaginated. Like, are they imaginary puppies because of all the mushrooms they've been ingesting? It's hard to tell, you know? It's a real thinking man problem. So I'm going to go puppies or not out of 10.
I'm going to have to rate them as a not Buddy Holly.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't mean to interrupt whatever this is you're doing here, but I seem to be lost. Don't know where I am or nothing. And I was wondering if you might have seen some people that were with me. Buddy Holly, guy wears glasses.
Richard told me he packs a gun.
It's true.
I have like nothing else for this film. Just watch it. If this at all sounds interesting, there's no physical way that anybody can actually explain what this movie is like talking to you. Because it's...
I think also I would probably suggest just watching the Rollerblade 7.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's interesting seeing the work of somebody trying to fix a film in a
non-Euclidean fashion.
In a non-Euclidean, non-Star Wars way.
A non-Euclidean VHS powered.
Like, there is no fucking CG goddamn dancing alien in this movie. For no reason.
No, because they had a kabuki clown dance, which is much better.
And they had a VCR to make the edits.
Yeah.
That's why.
You know, that's all you need.
Fuck you, George Lucas.
So yeah, this is Rough Cuts. We normally talk about bad dog movies. We appreciate everybody who supports us. It does mean a lot. We did get some new suggestions very recently for some movies, so I'll have to send those to you, boy, because I don't think I actually mentioned that to you yet. We have them in our email. But if you want to suggest us any movies, you can send them in to roughcutscast@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media. We're Rough Cuts at Blue Sky. And yeah, like I said, we really appreciate all the patrons and stuff that help us out. You can get the podcast a little early. We try and put up some, visual extras and things on there when we get the chance to. A lot of movies, there's not anything actually interesting enough to put in there, but sometimes we like to, when we can find stuff that's real good, we try and put in some extras. So we do put those up for you, so just to help out with the people that have supported us for so long, it does make a big difference. We have to pay for all the podcast hosting, things like that. We're not really making any money on this, but it's nice to at least cover the costs. And yeah, we appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, and I've been wearing rollerblades this whole episode. I'm gonna go skate off into the Wheelzone. Yeah, I'm gonna go skate off. Oh my god!
Go forth now, and skate the path of righteousness.